What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Planet Rell, and today we have Vanish episode 7. Today you're going to see why Halcyon is so mad, and a few other crazy things, and those things will lead into episode 8, which is the end of this arc of Vanish. Now let's get into the story. So we start here with Eleanor in her basement about to summon somebody, and she's talking with herself saying that she doesn't even love Oliver anymore, but she doesn't want him to die. And she lights all the candles, thinking about the good times that they had together. Now before she begins her summoning, she opens this book, and she thinks about how she doesn't want to blame herself for not helping Oliver sooner. And she casts a spell for her summoning, and she summons Dustin. And this dude playing around like he a funny ghost or something. And she tells him to cut it out. Then they talk about how Dustin actually died, but Dustin tells her that it wasn't even painful. Then Dustin asks about Oliver and how he is doing. And Eleanor says that he's alive in a sense, but she doesn't want to give up on him. But that's making her seem like a glutton for punishment. And the last time Oliver was there, Eleanor said that Oliver's energy reminded her of Vanish. Then she asks Dustin, can he go talk to him since they're both dead? Then Dustin tells her that Vanish is not dead.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
And Dustin says that Vanish is not dead because he has not seen him in the afterlife. And he continues by saying that the afterlife is like a whole interconnected web, and it's really hard to explain. Then Eleanor shockingly remembers a curse called the murder curse, and Vanish had to use that curse to somehow still be alive. And Dustin wonders how she knew that. And Eleanor knew that because Ileana had a satanic magic book, and Eleanor read from it to know that curse. Bro, they was over there messing with some dark stuff. Now Eleanor is like, I gotta go talk to her. But Dustin is like, bro, she's dead. And he tells Eleanor that he and Ileana arrived at the same time. And Dustin assumes that Oliver deleted Ileana, which is true. Then Eleanor is like, since you're dead, can't you talk to her about helping us? But Dustin tells her that he can't talk to her because she sold her soul and now she's in a very bad place. Then Dustin is like, hold up, you said us? And now Eleanor tells Dustin that she's pregnant and that he's the first person that she's told. And that makes me wonder what Oliver is gonna do when he finds out that his wife is pregnant. Then Dustin asks Eleanor is she happy about it, and she says that she's scared and that she can raise the baby alone if she has to. But deep down, she wants Oliver there so they both can raise their child together. And after Dustin hears that, he agrees to help Eleanor, and now he's about to go talk to Ileana. Then Eleanor apologizes to Dustin, and as he goes away, he says it's okay, and that everything will be alright, and that he'll see her soon. And now we see Oliver blocking an attack from that same lady that Halcyon sent to delete Oliver at the end of episode 6. And at this moment, there's a big disadvantage against Oliver because he doesn't know where her magic comes from or what it is. Then we see Halcyon say, come on honey, focus. And that made me put 2 and 2 together, like he had to be in a relationship with those 2 women. And now we see Oliver like get thrown into a car, and he says whatever her magic is violent. But the other magic he took made him whole, but this one, he just wants to stay away from it. And Oliver doesn't want no parts of her magic because it's from another dimension.
What did he say?
And I'm just thinking in my head, like, what dimension is her magic from? And Oliver says he's always been a fighter, so he just gonna keep on fighting. Then she brings out her blicks, and they get to it. Then she starts shooting out some type of fire out of these guns. I'm just wondering where they from. But Oliver is trying to block it, but he has extreme pain doing so. Now we see Oliver's hands get burned off by what she was shooting at him, and the signet ring falls to the ground. And Oliver losing that signet ring is major because he can't use magic without it. Now Oliver has no hands, like his hands is gone. He can't heal himself or anything like that without the signet ring. And Oliver looks over and sees the ring on the ground. Then Halcyon tells his girl to burn the signet ring up. And Oliver says to himself, bro, it's over with, I'm done. This is it. But before we even see anything else with that, we see Dustin going to talk to Ileana. And Dustin got to be in some part of hell. And I say that because he says that people that sell their soul for earthly gain go to where he's at now. And as he walks through, he feels misery in the air. And there are people down there trying to talk to him, but he knows not to listen because they saying some crazy stuff to him. And now we see everything being said to Dustin, and he hears it all. And he wants to yell back because he knows some of it is true, but he doesn't. And now we see Ileana looking like a whole demon. And when Dustin looks at her, all the other voices get quiet. And she knows why he's there. It's just for Oliver. Now Dustin starts to talk about what's going on with Oliver and Vanish. Then Ileana asks, in a certain way, Vanish cursed Oliver? Vanish became a part of Oliver? And she asks those questions like that because that's happening. And I've already had my predictions like, yo, either Oliver just gonna have the powers of Vanish or Vanish gonna possess Oliver. And Eleanor is toying with Dustin, like she's playing with him. Then Dustin tells her that Eleanor wants her help to fix what's going on with Oliver because Eleanor knows that she had that dark magic book. Now she says she do got it, and that Vanish was the first person that she taught the curse to. And they was in love with each other. And she says then she stops that sentence. And I'm just wondering like, what's going on? Like what happened? What'd he do? Now because she has the information, she ain't gonna give it up just for free. She asks Dustin, does he want to make a deal? And bro, when she said that, I'm like, cause bro, I can already see where this is going, bro. And it's not good. And this dude, Dustin, says he does want to make a deal, man. Come on. And he feels Ileana like searching around in his brain for something. Then Ileana says that the funny thing about the devil is that he just wants quantity down there. In hell with him. Which is true, because in the Bible, he gonna be burning in a lake of fire when it's all said and done. And like on some real stuff right now, bro, like that's just misery, bro. Like you know you finna be down there, so you trying to drag down people with you, bro. And that's like in real life, people will try to do that to you. So don't allow that at all. Alright, now back to Ileana's old evil self. She gonna say she'll help Eleanor to help Oliver if Dustin trade places with her. And Dustin is like, nah bro, I can't even do that because he knows it's for eternity. 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 And thinking about how long eternity is insane because you can't fathom it. And me being a Christian man, according to what I believe in, if you give your life to Christ, you will go to heaven and spend eternity there. But if not, then you go another way. Like trying to imagine how much time that is in real life and within this story with Dustin, it's crazy, bro. Like you can't even fathom it. Now Ileana tells Dustin that he was brave for even coming down there to talk to her. Then she says Eleanor and her baby will be fine because it's not her problem. And that got me thinking like, will Eleanor just find a way on her own? Or is Dustin gonna make that deal with Ileana to trade places with her? Then Ileana is starting to mess with Dustin's head, but she tells him to leave because he hasn't made his decision, and she said that he's wasting her time. And now we head back to where Oliver is, and he's laying on the ground, bleeding out, and somebody is telling him to get up. But Oliver says he's too weak right now, and he just wants to sleep. Then Vanish says, get up. Now he's within like this pocket dimension talking with Vanish. And Vanish just laughs at Oliver after he says that he can't fix anything because the ring is gone. Then Vanish asks Oliver, you still don't get it, do you? Then he tells Oliver that he doesn't need that BS magic anymore. And Vanish says that because Oliver has almost made them whole. And that made me think about Venom and the symbiotes because Vanish said made us whole. Like how Venom be talking about like us. Be saying us all the time. And if you haven't read Venom by Donny Cates, please go read that immediately. And that run ties heavily into Spider-Man 2 if you haven't played that yet. And if you haven't played it yet, do it ASAP. Alright, back to the story. Halcyon tells his girl to delete Oliver. And Vanish tells Oliver that they live outside the rules of signet rings and incantations. And now that means that they can do whatever they want because them rules just went out the window. And now we get a parallel sequence because Vanish is like, what did you say to me before? And now let's get a flashback to episode 1 where Oliver first said it. And now we see it again, with Oliver having the spider arms from Vanish on his back. Now this girl shoots her fire guns at Oliver, while Halcyon is in the back through the speaker says F Vanish. And now we see Oliver is gone, but then he reappears. And Vanish tells Oliver that her magic is from the same place, but just remove the source. Then Oliver makes a sword out of his new magic, stabs the girl through her stomach, then rips the magic up out of her. And now that has me thinking, is this the piece that's gonna make Vanish whole? And so of course Halcyon saw that, so he blitzes out of the building he was in to go where they are. And now we back to Eleanor, and Dustin and Ileana did make a deal.
Oh, hell no! Hell no!
Like bro, when I saw that I was like, and Eleanor knows the type of deal they made. And now we see Oliver powered up, and the way he's standing there, bro, he's ready to put the paws on somebody. Then we see Halcyon just blitz in there. And Ileana in the background says that it's the type of deal that you won't see Dustin again. And now we see Eleanor pissed at Ileana. And she gonna say something, is that any type of way you talk to anybody you need information from? And of course you shouldn't talk to nobody crazy that you're trying to get info and help from. But in this case, bro, Eleanor can do and say anything, cause Ileana did something crazy. And now Oliver is choking this girl out. And then Ileana says that Eleanor is in luck because she wants Vanish gone just as much as Eleanor does. And now we see Halcyon flying faster while he's changing into his Astrum Diabolis form. And Ileana tells Eleanor that she needs a favor done. And that favor is to have Oliver grab the signet ring, point it at his head, and will Vanish away. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, you want this man to delete himself. Like, you trying to pull a 2-for-1, like get rid of both of them just really for one person. Now Halcyon in his full form of Astrum, and he blitzes through the city, blasting down on the ground where Oliver was. Then we see an unconscious Oliver on the ground as Astrum is standing over him, and he says that he should have finished him off in the Everkeep. Now that concludes Vanish episode 7, Complete Insanity. And I'll catch y'all in the last episode of Vanish, and that's only for now though. I don't know when it's coming back out, but hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Stay tuned, and I appreciate y'all for coming through. God bless. I'm out.